Okay, so it's been about a week since I've taught the class that I recorded for the second video, so I've had a little bit of time to reflect on what went well, what could improve. I guess we'll begin with the matching activity, which is the first activity that we did. I thought it mostly went well. There's maybe still a little bit of tension on to what extent I should cold call students who don't volunteer, because a lot of the same students were giving answers. This will be something I'll need to talk about more with my mentor, depending on who the student is. I will say that I did edit out a section where I did try to call on students who were a little quiet, but I think the result was similar to the ones in the first video, where they just ran out the clock essentially and didn't volunteer. Next part was me going over the different types of or excerpts of Taiwan's constitution and examples of the different sections of other countries' declarations and constitutions which contained elements of the Enlightenment ideals. Again, I think it went fairly well, but the tension there was whether or not to have students basically say, oh, this ideal is such and such and it comes from this person. This is a time management issue, something that me and my mentor have discussed in the first video. The lesson plan had said that I was going to try and elicit those answers from them, but I got a sense during the lesson that would leave us less and less time for the main student-centered activity where they would work on their declarations. So I kept it as a teacher-centered activity in order to maximize time towards the end, which I think was a good decision on my part. However, if there was no maybe warm-up or matching activity at the beginning, probably that could allow for some more volunteering or solicitation of the ideals from the students. And as for the main activity of circulating around the room, inquiring about the students' fictional countries and the declarations, I hope I did very well. I think I did, because my main goal there was to show a deeper concern and curiosity of the students' ideas. And I tried my best to offer the best solutions I could to reconcile the scenarios that my mentor had given for them. Maybe I could have given better solutions if I had familiarized myself more with their posters or their countries from the beginning. But I wanted to start from essentially zero and kind of show that genuine, authentic curiosity from the beginning and allow the students to see that as well. Because I was genuinely impressed with the work that they had produced. And then, of course, some students were a little too shy. I didn't feel comfortable being prepared. I didn't want to really push any more than I already did. Maybe one thing I could have done is offer specific feedback on what they had written for their declarations rather than their posters. But my justification for that decision was it was my first time teaching them as a class. So I wanted to show interest where they had already produced the most work, which to me makes sense. And then the peer review activity, I think went pretty well. Only about half of the class had submitted work, which is fine. And then that gives me some pretty good diagnostic data to work with for upcoming videos. Overall, I think it went pretty well. I'm curious to see what my mentor thinks and what my instructors think. But I think I'm pretty happy with the work so far, but open to suggestions and constructive criticism. Thank you for listening.